Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakudash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us his truth and that's so teaching his truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Excuse me, beginning with 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes and who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazaman from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson. Excuse me, and I pray this lesson will be edifying to the elect. And you know, there's been a trend of videos that's been going out lately on women, you know, predominantly the so-called black woman, Eve, you know, beginning with her, that they've been going on social media, whether it be TikTok, you know, YouTube, Instagram, you know, these social media platforms. And, you know, they're complaining with the fact that, you know, first and foremost, they have no man, you know, that can help them in their time of distress, you know, and the fact of how now there was one video that the apostle Elder the apostle Elder Tahar did, you know, and he was responding to the Elder Karatasa out there in Vegas, GMS Vegas sit downs on a woman. Well, I'm sorry. I think the Elder Karatasa did a response video to that video, but I believe it was the Elder Amawan Ibad, you know, and he was pretty much doing a reaction video to a woman who was saying like she would, you know, she could work on a farm for free if it's safe, you know, due to the fact that she's pretty much through, you know, and you know, the chickens are coming home to roost, as the saying goes, you know, for these black women, you know, beginning with her, you know, really these women, period. You know what I'm saying? But predominantly it begins with the so-called black woman, and as the scripture says in First Timothy 5:6. All right, excuse me. This is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. It says, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." You see, and these women have had the opportunity to, you know, monkey branch from man to man, you know, from this man to the next man to the next man to the next man, and use men for their resources, get all kinds of men trapped up when it comes to children and child support, you know, and pretty much live a life of lasciviousness and wantonness. So now you have these women who are on this video, and this is from the Orlando Minor, which I'm actually probably going to subscribe to him, you know. But when you look at these clips that he has, well, the title of the video is "Mass Evictions Begin as Recession Hits." This was 2 days ago, and this is fair use, by the way. I'm not going to be playing this video for any kind of monetary purpose or gain. This is all for educational purposes and just reporting on the news that is freely given. All right. But when you watch this video, you know, look at the women that you see predominantly in these videos. I'm gonna play a few clips of these videos, and let's just listen.
No compassion at all. They put me out, including my babies. They're so scared right now, but I tried. I moved in January, and a month later they said this year, 2025, we're not taking any more partial payments. So I had half of my rent, but they would not take it. It was either I had the full amount or they weren't going to take it.
If you haven't noticed, the economy...
You see, so the partial payments, the whole partial payments thing is done, you know. So now judgment is hidden, you know, and especially, hold on, I'm gonna pull an article up. Just give me 1 second. Now, this is the article here. This is from housingwire.com, and it says White House proposes elimination of Section 8 housing vouchers. The plan would also cap rental aid for able-bodied adults at 2 years. You see, and this lines right up, okay, with the scripture in Isaiah the 32nd chapter. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." You see that? And these women have been at ease for far too long. Okay, once again, like I said, living off of governmental assistance, you know, not having any kind of job and just living off of governmental assistance and child support, you know. And what do they do with that money? What do they do with that child support typically? You know, for the most part, they'll use it for themselves, man. Get their nails done, get their hair done, get clothes for them. And then, especially these actors and entertainers and these sports figures and things of that nature that are on child support, they got to pay sometimes, millions of dollars. There's not one single child that needs millions of dollars. What do you think the mother of that child is doing? They're using that money for themselves, man. When you look at Iman Shumpert, he had to give Tiana Taylor, which she's a millionaire already too, due to her music and things of that nature. But he had to give, houses up and all, cars. That's why it's best, not to get married in this society, man, because this whole society is really against the man. So it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. You see? So the time is coming to whereas now, nature is taking its course. The natural selection of how things are supposed to be, a man being at the top and a woman being under a man, okay, it's going to naturally take its turn, man. And here very soon, when shit starts hitting the fan even more, man, we're going to start all that pride in these women. All right, these women that are out here living in pride and talking all kinds of shit, being completely disrespectful, thinking that they're untouchable. It's about to be shown very soon that you're nothing more than just a woman who is a weaker vessel, and you'll need a man, and not just any man. You're gonna need a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's why it's best for you women that got a man that's out here teaching this truth, teaching this word, committing their lives into this truth, man. You better do right by that man. You better do right by him. And that's a warning, man. You better do right by that man. Especially he's laying his life on the line, constantly going out to the highways and hedges, doing lessons, feeding the flock, serving in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's military, man. You better think twice before, turning your nose up and trying to pop an attitude, man. It says, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And what is the gathering what is the gathering going into? The gathering is going into the government assistance that you have, trusting in Egypt. Now look, the chickens are coming home to roost. Okay, let's get the next clip. It's in the same video, but next clip. Let's see, because the guy talking, his voice is kind of annoying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna listen to more of his videos, Lord willing. But here's the next one. Okay.
What? No. Well, we'll see.
Get home today from work. I get home today and I got a 3-day notice on my front door. I noticed the.
And another culprit is who? The black woman. Look at her hair. That blonde wig on her head. She got the cumbrellas on. Nothing more than just another 304. And you clearly see it. She got the 3 kids and all the 3-day notice of my kids. I guarantee you she's on child support. Guarantee it. Yeah, and you could just tell by this woman that she completely ruined that man. She completely ruined that man's life, or men's, whoever. Multiple men. She probably had multiple baby daddies, most likely. And it's just the truth.
Okay, eviction or whatever that shit called. I ain't never had that shit before. So I called the rent office, they didn't my answer. So I told my kids, I said, y'all hurry up and put y'all baseball stuff on. I'll be back. So I go to the rent office and I'm like, I walk in the door and they're like, somebody be right with you. I said, I got somewhere to go. I said, how y'all put a 3-day notice on my door and y'all told me I had a credit on my account for me not to pay my rent? I pay my rent. I didn't pay my rent for 2 years at that regular ass. Why the fuck would I just stop not? Why would I stop paying my rent right now?
You see that? Now all of a sudden, the 3-day notice, and I had a credit on my account, and no, they came to get you. You gotta get the hell up out of there, man. You gotta get the hell up out of there. You see? And once again, all this results back to the pride, man. Like it says in Isaiah the 3rd chapter, man. The wanton looks and the tinkling of the legs and and the ornaments and things of that nature. Read Isaiah the 3rd chapter. That's exactly how these women move, man. And once again, it begins with the so-called black women. It begins with Eve. That's who it begins with, man. You see? Let's get another one. I'm sorry that, you know, I'm sorry she comes back. Hold on.
She has receipts showing that she had a credit.
The same I just talked to, she's the same one that said you don't have to pay no rent, you have a credit, you don't have nothing to worry about. She acting like she ain't never had no conversation with me. She don't know who the fuck I am. She don't remember talking to me. At the fence, I do talk to a lot of people. You ain't talking to a lot of people about this. Ain't no way. And then on Thursday, on spring break on Thursday, you just brought a to my house to show her my apartment so somebody else can move in there. So if you run there, y'all got my apartment listed as vacant. Of course, you don't think that's a fucking error? You don't think that's a motherfucking error? You showing my fucking apartment to somebody, and I still live there.
See, as this
That's a goddamn that's a maniac right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell would think to plant a seed in that? But you got these Pookies, these Ray Rays, you know, these Tyrones, these niggas that got out of jail or whatever the case may be, or they just got low self-esteem, and they think that's just the best option that they got. You got to be completely out of your mind. You got to be nuts. You got to be out your mind. And that's why you see videos that the apostles have been doing. You know, stay away from these hyenas, man. You know, just stay away from these hyenas, man. They're no good. You know. It's best just to just move on from, you know, it's best just to move on from the black woman, man. Just get you another tribe, you know? You'll get you a Latino, you know? You get you a white woman. Inside joke. Hey, but you don't need the black woman, man. She's gone. She's completely gone. You know, and it trickles down to the rest of the tribes too, but she's the culprit. Okay? Yeah, let's see that real quick.
She shit her fat sitting there looking like the that killed Selena, laughing and shit. I should jump off that table against. I should jump off that table on there. I don't even act like this. I don't even get like this. But
you don't act like this and you don't get like this. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's that. Hey, the scriptures tell you a loud and clamorous. Let me get that real quick. A loud and clamorous woman is foolish. I think it is. I think it's either Proverbs 9 or Proverbs 7. Let me see. Right, this is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13. It says, a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. And you could tell, you could tell she knows absolutely nothing, man. I'm talking about just a complete dimwit. And clamorous means loud, brash. She act like a dude. And this is where most of these niggas, man, this is where most of these dudes out here, you know, this is where they get that whole mantra of being that rah, 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 loud and rowdy, a rowdy rough boy. You know, it's really what they are. That's why Esau calls them boys, man. You know, and oh man, oh bitch ass nigga, what's up, nigga? What's up, nigga? Ah! They get that from her. That's where they get that from.
trying to make it seem like I'm trying to get over. I'm not trying to get over. I don't even do shit like that. I paid my motherfucking rent. I went to pay my rent and the shit at zero. I kept calling. I called from my job phone. I know that's recorded. Kept calling. Like, something wrong with my rent. Like, my rent keeps saying zero. Oh, you got a credit. How the fuck got a credit? Well, I've been overpaying? You telling me I ain't got nothing to worry about? Well, if I was you, I wouldn't worry about it. I ain't worried about it. Then I come home to a 3-day notice.
Yeah, like it's funny. It's literally comical. You got a credit on your account for what? So come on now. Let's get the next one. Let's get the next victim. Oh, she came back. Let's see.
This video. Just take a look.
Y'all don't understand. Like, this is so hard for me that I'm finna leave my job. Like,
look at her hair now. It went from a blonde or a dirty blonde to a red. Eve is insane.
I do not want to leave my job. I can't leave my job, but I got to.
She's leaving her.
Yeah, and she's leaving her job. Why is she leaving her job? Because now I guarantee, she think that somebody can just, hey, what's up, baby? Yeah, I got you. I'll take care of you. Hell nah. Let's look at another one. Uh-oh. Big Shirley. Let's see. Hold up.
Economy's going down.
My landlord is
is threatened to evict me. I am.
Look at her. She's well over. She's well over 350 pounds. I need your help. GoFundMe. Big Shirley on the scene. This is exactly why we hear the apostles say what they're saying. And what again? Another black woman.
Struggling and I do need help. I thought really long and hard about making this video. To be honest with you all, I didn't know that I was actually going to come on here and like say anything about it, but my landlord is threatened to evict me. I am struggling and I do need help. I feel like I have been fighting from saying that for a while. There's so many bills that are so backed up and I just cannot find my way through. I thought about and have tried to go to different organizations around the city of Philadelphia to ask for tenant help. I even applied to the state as far as for cash assistance and even food stamps. And of course, I don't qualify.
See the comment, sell your watch and get rid of those fancy earphones. Exactly. Hey man, the jig is up, man. You know what I'm saying? The jig is up. Nobody's checking for y'all, man. See, if you had a man, you wouldn't be worried about all that. This is what happens whenever you live in pleasure.
So I am posting my GoFundMe here. I do need $5,000 to help me first pay my back rent, pay on my car payment.
$5,000. And it's just like people could just set up a GoFundMe account and people just throw money into there.
Really do put on a good face, y'all, if I'm honest. I feel like I make the struggles in my life look really good, and I'm not doing a good job.
What you make look really good is what you make feel and look really good is your stomach, because you can tell all she does is eat. Look how big she is. Like, look at that. That's not her stomach. That's her breast hanging down that low.
I went in Planet Fitness today and they were just like, hey, we've tried to, charge your card or whatever and it's backed up and we don't know if you're going to be able to come in tomorrow. And if I'm honest, getting up in the morning and coming to work out is one of the highlights of my day.
Imagine asking your audience for $5,000.
Right, for five racks. You're gonna ask your audience for $5,000? Like, come on, man. There's another one. Let's see. Another black woman. She looks like she is. Let's see. Hold up.
Who's gonna tell her?
I want to share something that I think a lot of people don't know, and I think you should know, especially if you're facing eviction and you don't have any way to pay your back rent. File bankruptcy.
And that's some of the worst experience. That's some of the worst advice that somebody could give to another person, man. That's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It happens. You know what I'm saying? But when you do that, it's not like you just getting a clean slate and you just get to start all over, man. It's not the case. That shit shows up on your report, man, and that makes you less reliable, for lack of better words, whenever you're trying to get particular things, whether it be a car, whether it be a house. You don't look dependable as if you could pay your bills. And that's when people go into other things. They get other social security numbers, That's why the scripture says that the Lord deprived her of wisdom. She don't need to be given no advice. Anyways, man, with that, I pray this was edifying to the elect. Once again, Lord's will, I'll be back for another lesson. Call hello Yahweh Bashem Now Shai Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Shalom.